All 3 sites are all going to be on this team. So just kind of keep that in mind here. Second, we're going to go over scheduling our events. Kendall let me know that you had some dates in mind, June 21st, July 19th, August 2nd, and then our championship for MLB The Show on August 3rd on that Saturday. We just need 2 more dates. And we also need a good start time as well, either on the hour or on the half hour, that we can officially start our broadcast. So I'll let that kind of marinate, ruminate, whatever you want to call it, throughout the conversation today. If it comes up by the time we talk about scheduling, awesome. If it's toward the end of conversation, if you need to get with myself or Kendall here later today or tomorrow or later this week about it, totally fine as well. And keep in mind, we can always reschedule these and move these around as needed. Second, we are going to go over how to run the game days and what those are going to look like. So I understand that we're going to be having 3 different sites compete against each other for these game days. I think that is amazing. We're going to go over a little bit more about what is actually going to be needed in order for this to be possible. It's very, very easy once we know what to do, once we have a good direction on how to get this up and going. So we'll go over what that looks like here. With that being said, what we're going to do is, once we go over what the game days are going to look like, how to run them, how to get everything set up, we are going to go over the academy, how to get the kids on the academy to do the lessons, and how to really get them excited about doing these lessons. What we've done is we've made the lessons worth the same amount of points as the gaming. So during the game days, they're earning points, and these are the same points that they can earn by doing the lessons, and they can actually earn a whole lot more points by doing lessons on the academy, and they can actually earn a bunch of little rewards and perks and just things that make them better at, or make them actually earn more points by playing the game. So we'll go over what that looks like here in a minute. So lastly, we're going to go over support. Myself and Kendall are going to be your support system here this summer. Anything you need, just let one of us know. From here, if you ever see anything that's not supposed to be on the platform, bugs, glitches, whatever you want to call them, please take a screenshot. And that's going to be a Windows key and print screen at the same time. Just going to take a screenshot, crop it for us, give us a brief little description, and from there we can send it to our development team to get fixed as soon as possible. So with that being said, we have a nice, fresh, clean, blank slate team here to work with. We have aSTEAM coach. Here is our dashboard. This is where everything important is going to live. So you're going to be able to see how many matches your team has done total, how many points they've earned from esports, how many lessons they've passed, and how many points they've earned from the lessons as they are doing any sort of activity on the platform. This is like doing lessons, logging on, things like that. You're going to be able to see them pop up here on Team Feed. And then here we're going to have a leaderboard. So here we're going to have our top 10 players with the highest amount of points from gaming and from learning. So during these game days, they're actually going to be earning points from gaming and from doing the lessons as well. These top 10 are going to pop up here on the leaderboard. Here towards the early August is what we're looking at. So towards early August, what we're going to do is we're actually going to lock these in, or as we're getting ready for the championship, we're going to lock these in, and we're going to send you top 10 players that are going to be invited for the championship. So I know we are going to choose these top 10 or these top players. Doesn't exactly have to be top 10, just can't be more than 10, if that makes sense. For MLB The Show, we're going to do our own little championship for MLB The Show on that Saturday on the 3rd, and then on the 8th. And you guys can determine who wants to compete in these, who your top 10 want to be invited. We see the top 10 leaderboard from here, but again, it's going to be ultimately up to your discretion of the top 10 that you want to compete in the other championship for the other games. So like we discussed, we're going to have one championship for MLB The Show, and that one's going to be on the 3rd, and then we're going to have another one for the other games on the 8th. So just let me know which one works, what kind of works best for which top players, that I'm going to leave up to you because I know we already kind of have a system for it. I think we said like top 3 or something like that from each game. But that is ultimately going to be up to you guys. I just want to let you know that this is going to be our leaderboard where we're going to be able to see our top players. So with that being said, let's go over how to sign up players. So here we're going to have a roster. Here we're going to be able to, yes. You got it. Okay, perfect. Yep, absolutely. Let me stop sharing here.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Got it. Okay.
Okay. Got
I
it.
have a question, William. Can you go back to where you started at? You just went in real quick to the link. I just want to make sure I followed where you went to that through the files. How you, yeah, how, even going back one more. Yep. Okay. 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 All right. Okay.
Perfect. No, all good. And I'm glad we went over that. First off, I want to say that the website, the hub, the portal, whatever you want to call it, amazing. It's like you're in the city. I love it. I think that's what like VR is going to look like here at some point. You're just going to log in, walk to class. That's awesome. So with that being said, I did want to actually send us a link that we actually would want to swap out that link that you guys have for us. We would actually, yes, yep, I can email it to you. I'm also going to put it here. Um, Let me just, okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to send it to you after. I'm going to put it here just in case. So we would actually want to use the login screen because they would not actually be able to log into their accounts using that screen that you have there. That's just to kind of get them to sign up, which yeah, so I'm really glad that we went over that. So this is the screen that we would actually want them to log in on. And I sent that to you here. I'll send it to you after the call today. I'll send us a little wrap
This
up
will be
call.
before August. The competition is, oops.
Okay, perfect. Yep, yep, perfect. Right. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. And I'll send that link to you here. I put it in the chat. I'll send it to you afterwards so we can get it swapped out. But with that being said, let's go over signing up the players and how they're going to do that. So we would actually want the coaches, you guys, to actually sign up the players yourselves. And this will make sure that we have the correct first and last name, correct information, accurate information, everything like that. So what we can do, we can either have a list of the kids that are going to be available, What I would recommend is kind of dividing and conquering amongst the 3 sites. Maybe have one person at each site that can have a list of these kids, put them on the platform. Perfect, good to go. So what we can actually do from here is we are going to go ahead and go to roster. We're going to go to, oh, okay. Forgot to share my screen again. No, no problem. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see here. Share entire screen. Okay, perfect. All right. Everybody sees my screen? Okay. So we're going to actually go to roster here at the bottom. We're going to go to add players. And we're going to copy link. We're going to go up to another tab. I like using incognito tab because it gives us a nice, fresh, clean link every time. And this is actually going to take us to that link that we saw earlier on the portal. So here's where we're actually going to sign up the players. And again, we want to make sure that the coach is signing up the players here. So we can go off of a list. We can sign them up in person. Really doesn't matter. So I'm going to go over here with our first name. We're going to be real original today. We're going to go aSTEAM. We'll go lowercase aSTEAM. We're going to go Village as our last name. I understand we'll be having kids here from all grade levels or just a specific grade level, or what does that look like? Okay, perfect. Awesome. So I usually like to go around here in the middle. I'm going to choose 8th grade. All right. So here we're going to choose our academy difficulty. So typically, if they are 6th through 8th grade, would like to do middle school. If they are 3rd through 5th grade, elementary school, and then 9th through 12th grade, high school. So that's generally what we do. Just keep in mind that we can go back and change this later, so we can make the lessons a little more difficult, a little easier. You can always go back and change this. Just keep in mind that this is going to be the default setting that your student is going to actually have while doing the lessons. So if they're, yes, yes. So, yeah. Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah. So what we've actually done, and I'm really glad that you brought that up. It's great, great memory on that, by the way. So yes, the 100 level lessons are easier, but we actually have these in elementary school difficulty, middle school difficulty, and high school difficulty. So it's not necessarily that the 100 level ones are easier, but those are really more of like the introductory lessons. Those are kind of the start off ones that they do just to kind of get them familiar. And then the 200 level goes actually more in depth on these lessons. I want to say it's necessarily harder, but it goes more in depth. And then the 300 level is actually more exploratory as far as we actually ask a bunch of questions to the student, and we ask them really where their interest lies. So it's very interest based. We ask them how they picture themselves in a career like this. So it's not necessarily that they're harder. It's not necessarily that the elementary school kids should do the 100s, the middle school kids should do the 200s, and the high school level kids should do the 300s. We actually have all of these levels, 100, 200, 300, in elementary school level, middle school level, and high school level. So I know that might be kind of confusing, but basically we want each kid from all grade levels, we want them to go through the 100, 200, and 300, and they're going to have their own assigned difficulty to that, and it's going to be on their difficulty, just depending on whether you signed them up originally as elementary school, middle school, or high school. Does that make sense? Okay. Mhm. Okay. I think that's perfect. Yeah. So if we want to put them all in middle school, totally fine. Just keep in mind if you ever have a kid that comes up to you and says, "Hey, coach, these lessons are really hard. I'm getting really frustrated. Not quite sure what to do." You can always make these easier for them, and you can actually go back and put them on elementary school level. And if they come to you, they may come to you and say, "Hey, coach, these are really easy. I'm zooming through these. I'm getting bored." You can make them harder as well. Absolutely. Yeah. You will be able to do this on per student basis. We know that education isn't a one size fits all, so you can definitely go in here later and I'll show you guys how to do this. You can go with the individual student and change them. Yep. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're gonna put these on middle school default. Perfect. All right, birthday, not super important that we have a birthday here. Parent email. So this part is important because if your player wins at the championship, if they get first or second place at your championship, we need to send the prize through the parent email. It's illegal to send money to a minor, so we need to make sure that we have a correct and accurate parent email and first and last name in order to actually send them the prizes. So by putting this in a, yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Awesome. So you can just assign that there. You can just use that email while you're signing up players. For a test player, I'll go ahead and put in this one. Keep in mind that we do ask for parent emails before the championship. If you guys send us those, we'll use those to send the prizes to you. If not, we will send it to whatever email that we have originally signed up here. So just kind of keep that in mind. If it goes to you guys and you guys want to print out the checks and give it to them in person, that's totally fine as well. Just yes. Okay. At 816 0939. Okay, great. Awesome. You can put in a parent or a parent phone number. Not super important that we have the parent phone number here, but this is perfect. All right, now let's go to our rookie avatar. So as you can see, these avatars are pretty plain. No eyes, no nose, no mouth. Reason for this is because as they go on the platform, start to complete new lessons, they're actually going to unlock some really, really detailed, really cool avatars created by some very talented artists that we're partnered with. For now, just have them choose a basic one. We need to go ahead and choose this one here for today. Jersey size. So we are actually working on creating an online store where you guys can actually go on and purchase custom jerseys. So you can actually put in the kids' names, the name of your team, aSTEAM Village. So you can get real creative with these. You can put in purchase orders on there and be able to purchase your jerseys. For now, what we're going to do is just put in their jersey size, their t-shirt size. Keep in mind these are adult sizes. This is just going to make it really easy for you if you ever go and want to put in an order for your team. You can actually just go on their profile, pull up their jersey size, and then be able to place the order from there. So I'm going to go ahead and give our kid a large today. All right, let's talk games. So MLB The Show, this is y'all's game. I love it. We have a broadcaster that loves baseball, so most likely will be assigned to your team. They love the show. So we're going to pick the show here for today for you guys. As far as the other games, so you may have players. We typically have done the show in the past. We're going to open up the floor for some of these other games if you guys have them. So here we're going to do Mario Kart is one of our games for the Nintendo Switch. Same with Super Smash Brothers. Rocket League is going to be a free download. I know you guys have a bunch of Xboxes. If there's a good interest in Rocket League, we're going to do that for Xbox here today. And this can be free download, like I said. And then our sports game that we're going to offer, another one that we're going to offer is FIFA. It's not super popular. This is why we do it in the summer, to give the kids a chance that want to play it in order a chance to play it here. So if they do want to choose FIFA, awesome. Keep in mind that I know we're probably not going to be playing Madden because of the whole Royals thing. Totally get that. Just know that for the game days, if we have a console designated by itself for a specific game, for Madden, for example, or NBA 2K, that's totally fine as well. We also offer Tetris, not super popular. This is kind of more my generation before me. Yes, go ahead. They can actually do it at the same time. So they can have, so it doesn't have to necessarily be switched out, but it's just going to be another option, if that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. So we're actually going to go over a setup here in a minute, where you can actually, because I know in the past we've just done one setup for the show. What we can do is can actually have one Xbox for the show. We can do another Xbox for Rocket League. We can do another Xbox for like another sports game, or we can even have another copy of the show on there, and you can run two games of the show at the same time. So it's really up to you guys. And I know you guys have very unique game choice selection, which I love. So we're just going to go over just like a real basic setup today, and everybody's a little different. So some do all 4 games, some do just 1 game, some do different games like you guys. So we're going to go over how we can really customize your setup. So with that being said, as long as we have a console designated for each game, we can actually play these games at the same time. So you can have one Xbox with the show going, and then you can have another Xbox with Rocket League and maybe some other games as well. Really just depends on what the kids pick. Yes. Okay. Okay. Got it. Perfect. Appreciate that. Um, Awesome. So what we'll do is we'll actually focus right after this. We'll go over scheduling, and then want to go over the academy. And then if we have time left, we'll go over what the game days look like. Just because you guys are going to be doing the online gaming thing, I did want to cover a little bit more about what that would entail. That might be a separate conversation also. But let's focus on the academy. I think that'd be perfect. All right. So we have our players signed up. We can hit refresh and we can start signing up new players here. If we go back to our roster, we can go ahead and hit refresh. What we do need to do is we can activate these players. You're just going to do this by dragging them over to the official season roster. Very, very important that we do this. Very important that we put in a good first and last name for the parent, because here our kids are going to be able to log in and do lessons. So just kind of keep that in mind here. We do need to make sure that we activate our players, because from here, this is how they're going to be able to log in to do lessons. So what this is going to look like is our login. Our login is going to be, and I'm going to put this in the chat here just so you guys don't forget it. All right, our login for the kids, and all the kids are going to share the same password. If this becomes an issue, let me know. It has not been an issue in the past.